Right, so now that we got the monthly overview set up, what we are going to look at doing is creating a nice little chart to go with it. So to do this, I'm going to click in the item name at the top, hold down with the mouse, drag until I get to the bottom there. So I've selected all of the item names. Now on the keyboard, I'm going to click the control button and I'm going to hold that down whilst I perform this next action. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to click in where it's got week 1 on my spreadsheet, hold down with the mouse, and I'm going to drag over all of these. Now at the same time, I am still holding down the control on the keyboard. Now once I've selected everything, I can then leave it all go at the same time. Now by doing that, everything is still selected. I'm going to click on the Insert tab on the top, and then I'm going to click on Recommended Charts. Now what this does is it builds a quick preview of what the different graphs could look like. And it depends on what we're looking for. Now I'm going to go with this graph, and the reason I'm going for this sort of bar type graph is because it shows me each individual weekly sale along with the total there as well. So it's a really nice informative graph. I'm going to click on the OK button, and straight away it's going to create a nice looking graph for me. Now before I start customizing this graph, I am going to move it by clicking the Move Chart. Now if you don't see this, the reason you won't see it is if you're not on the design. Okay, so let me just show you now. If you click off the chart accidentally, you won't be able to see it. In order to do that, you have to click on the graph, click on the Design tab, and then click Move Chart. We're then going to create a new chart, and we're going to call it Graph. And then we're going to click OK. Now what that has done is it's taken it and placed it now in its own little tab, which is what I want. There's a few things we need to make sure. We need to have axes on our X and our Y ideally, and we also need to make sure we've got a chart title. Now if we go to the quick layout, what we can do is we can choose one of these quick layouts for us. And I always do like this layout, as this one shows me the weekly sales for each item. Now you don't have to choose this, you can choose any one that you want, or you can leave it on the standard approach that it was. Now I need to add in the axis titles. If this doesn't come up here, click on the Add Chart Element, Axis Titles, and then place whatever one you need. Now as you can see, the vertical one's already on for me. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to click in this, and then double click, and then I'm going to type over it. So this now is the profit, and what we're then going to do is on the top we're going to add in a little title. Now further customizations can be done through the top menu. So if you needed to change, say, the background of it, you can. Or if you wanted to go in and manually change anything, if you click the Format tab at the top, you'll have complete control then to change any of the colors or any designs that you want. Just be careful with the colors that you choose, as they might not match what your intended outcomes are, and especially if you look at some of the colors that I've just gone through there, they may be too similar to the background colors that you have chosen on some of the other items there, so just be mindful of that. So your next task is going to be to create a graph of the monthly overviews. Don't forget, click in the top of the item name, drag down, so you select all of the items including the heading, hold the control down, click in the week 1, and then hold down the mouse and just drag over all the way down to the bottom of the control, click Insert, and then Recommended Charts, and build a graph which shows a number of different options.